Guiding you through match 2 of the quarterfinals, Jeremy Jones and Carl Boyce.
Thank you, Rhiannon.
Pool 2019.
Team Philippines.
Canada, Philippines.
Past champions 3 times they've won this event.
Good to
as
see you
we've
too.
just seen. China also 3-time champions.
Good luck, guys.
But they're out.
Have a great match, guys.
So can the
Gentlemen,
Philippines
you may lag for break.
make it 4?
Well, it looks like
Canada wins the lag.
It looks like Canada's won the lag, which is always important.
Rack 1, Canada to break.
So we've said this a few times this week. John Morra breaks right-handed, but now plays his full-time pool career left-handed.
And you'll see an occasional shot. Some little subtle shots with spin, he'll change to right-handed, or if he really needs a lot of power, somewhat like a jump shot, some type of elevated shots where he needs to really get some power on the cue ball, he'll go back to the right hand. This is one here that Alex, a lot of times in normal situations, he may bank at this half a pocket on the 2 by the 8 and draw the cue ball for position on the 3. Wouldn't be the worst of plays here, but it's a lot of the guys have been playing a little tighter at times. He's got a bit of a two-way. He could cross corner this bank and try and bring the cue ball behind the 3, 7, and 8 for position on the 3 if he makes the 2, and safety if not, like so. And he's made it.
That's the vision of the Lion, Alex Pagulayan. Very good shot maker, is Alex.
And I was messaging with Alex yesterday after their match and toying around with him and told them they got to shore up a few things, and I think they know that they didn't play their best pool and probably a little bit of an escape yesterday in that match, considering normally you struggle on the break like that, you make a few mistakes in that race to 7 and you're going home, but a little bit of 9 lives there for Team Canada, and they're looking to respond with a really nice effort today.
As long as not straight, it's good. So it's inside. Side corner, good, right?
Now you look for the 7 all the way up by the 8 in the corner, I would think. That's got to go. He's got the side pocket as well, but we've seen some miss in the sides. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he did try and get him into position for the top, but nevertheless, this is a little tester. I mean, the pros should still make this, of course, but as Jeremy said, we've seen a few rattle. I tell you what, since he swapped over to his left hand, he seems to just hit the ball a bit better. I'm convinced he does.
Well, it's hard to believe, but he is. I saw him play opposite-handed years ago, and it's definitely not as good as it is now. But you try to have the same type of look when you switch hands. Definitely don't think about many switching full time, but an easy 9-ball. But here to get our match started. But it's eerily similar to his right-handed style, correct?
Yeah, I just think we need to put this into perspective. John Morra played professional pool for many years with his right hand. He stopped playing for a year and come back, and now he plays left-handed. It is unbelievable.
And that's purely health-based. It's his neck. He has a little issues with his neck playing right-handed.
I was up in the practice room then for sort of the last hour goofing around with John and Alex, and I said to John, how many times have you played in this event? And he said, I've played in it, I think, 6 times now. I says, wouldn't it be incredible if you won it left-handed in your first attempt, but you couldn't win it playing right-handed five times?
Well, I'm sure he's played most of those times with Alex as well, correct?
Yeah, possibly the only one I can think of, maybe Jason clapped once or twice, but you would think Alex has always been the main player for Canada.
Rack number 2. The current score is 1-0 in favor of Canada. Philippines are breaking.
A little ironic with his ancestors and his history of being a Filipino, that being Alex Pagulayan, now playing Team Philippines to try and get to our semifinal.
So the Biado break is a dry one. First glance, Jeremy, you can see the pink falls tied up, can't you? So there's a small issue there.
Yeah, I don't really see a great way to break it out without going kind of crazy kamikaze as far as you want to. When you play a breakout shot, you want to have it in control as much as possible. It's not always the case, but so he'll draw the cue ball back for the 2 on the side. Oh, that kind of went off in his hand a little bit, and that's overrun by quite some, Carl.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if the natural angle is close to the scratch, which obviously isn't, because you can see he's just cueing flat across the rail, so he's not striking down, so he's obviously not going to scratch. Again, fantastic touch there with right hand spin, has to be said.
Both these guys, great bankers. The 4 is bankable. John Morra's won the Derby City Bank Division. I'm pretty sure Alex has. He seems to have won everything at the Derby City, and I know he's a great banker. Oh, he's going for the breakout. That's pretty surprising. That was a type of shot that's not easy on this slick table, and I thought they'd play either the bank on the 4 or a little more containing, just kind of cinch the 3 and play some type of safety shot on the 4.
Yeah, maybe a slight rush of blood there from Alex. Usually he's like a bit of a acting captain in Team Canada. Sort of seems to take the lead, doesn't he? Jeffrey DeLuna possesses plenty of cue action.
And he's gotten perfect. If Carlo wants to play the bank here, he's gotten him just absolutely ideal on it. Still could play the safety, but you couldn't blame him if he went for the cross corner. Oh, real nice touch.
Yeah, I'm not saying this is a difficult hit, but just take note of the cue ball tight on the 5 ball. Usually the best, the very best players in the world do get you jammed up, don't they, Jeremy? The likes of me, you've usually got a jump shot there.
Yeah, they certainly do. And just a 1-row kick hard at the 4 here. Could make it straight in or cross corner. Okay, got some pace on the cue ball going down table, and that is always a plus if you're kicking, trying to get some separation. We talked about John Morra playing at his first event as a lefty here at the World Cup of Pool, and his partner and peer, Alex Pagulayan, playing his first event with glasses.
Yeah, and he does suit them glasses. It kind of looks like he's had them on for years, doesn't it? A lot of people, when they first wear glasses, you think, that looks a bit odd, doesn't it? But they sort of just look like they've been there forever.
Yeah, and he's been having some struggles with his vision the last probably year. He went through a number of different things, alternatives to see if he contacts, maybe if a surgery was possible, and he's just finally resulted in playing with the glasses for the time now.
Yeah, and in the practice room, I noticed he wears like a very slim plaster across his nose just to keep them glasses in position.
Boy, that was a nice shot there from a delicate situation from Jeffrey DeLuna.
Yeah, Jeffrey's really come of age in these matchroom events. He played in the World Tour Masters. He went real deep in the US Open. So he's becoming, a big-time player.
And you had mentioned how much cue power he gets, and I said it earlier, and I believe in his first match that I don't know if I know anyone that gets more cue power than Jeffrey DeLuna, and can really go at it 100% and still be very accurate as well.
Yeah, let's just hope some kind of shot comes up where we get to see it. So it was a good hit there from Alex, obviously. Distance was everything. There's a possible combo. I'm not saying it's easy.
No, and it's all, the combo will tell you all about if there's any easy safeties available. Well, he may go away from the combo, but I actually see him shooting at it now. He passed on a cross corner bank on the 4, but the safety was easy. Oh well, he's going with a high ball, so that tells me he's not shooting the combo. Wow, and I didn't understand that. I mean, he did really nice with the cue ball, but again, the path of the 4, it was very unpredictable, cutting the 4 into the 6.
Your choice, something, either way.
Can he see enough of this to lay the nice hook behind the 9? I think he can, can't he?
Bank, it's up to you. Alright.
Yeah, that would be a nice easy shot. You may even have the cross corner bank available.
Yeah, if that's on, you're always quite tempted, aren't you? Because it's not the most difficult of shots, but looking at that overhead camera, looks like he's playing safe.
Yeah, I think he's going with your shot. Just a simple safety, just kind of roll up on the 9. Oh, he did real well. Oh, and it barely got there.
Yeah, I forgot to look at the 4 until you said, oh, and then I started looking, and I was looking at how tight he got the cue ball on the 9 just to cut a simple rail out.
And equally tight with the 4 on the rail, so you'll notice 4 just barely crept to that cushion, and now he's got Jeffrey elevated. Jeffrey going to kick soft at this? No, he went hard. The thing when you're elevated and you kick hard at it, you know you're not going to get much of a separating speed. May have done all right here with the 6, though.
No choice.
Could he play a possible cross bank, sending cue ball up and down?
Maybe. He's hitting it with a high ball. That tells me it's just, oh, he did go for it. Oh. And so far, a bit of struggles for Alex Pagulayan.
7 balls in an interesting position, though. Doesn't pass the 8, and doesn't look like there's a gap to pot it in the other top left pocket, so there's going to be some form of little positional shot needed.
Yeah, and with the 5 next to the 6, they should be able to figure out something to try and get it to the back of the 8 or maybe into the 7, something like that. That's why that shot on the 4, that cross bank on the 4 was huge.
Which side of the 6 would you rather be, Jeremy, if you could put it in a particular side?
Well, that's overhit there. That's way more than he wanted. He wanted to be below it to where he could come 1 rail naturally into the 8 and the 7, I believe. And now he's gotten himself to where, I'll tell you, he's going to power up and he's going to try and come 2 rails right into the 8. Maybe catching a rub on the 7. He's got to be careful here. He could get on top of these balls, though. Try and trap and kind of trap himself. I think it's perfect. Oh my. Wow. That was almost the business right there, Carl.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you can see this 7, that would have been really cruel. It's amazing, isn't it? You know, he's played such a good shot there, and you just never know where them balls land.
Well, he's going to pinch him back right and try and replace the cue ball where it's at now.
To be a little bit close with this
Oh,
7.
oh, that's got to slow down. I think he's okay.
Was there a possible bank on and like play like a bank and leave the cue ball dead on the top rail?
What stage are you gonna put the 7 over
Maybe,
here
I
and
don't
cue ball behind the 9?
Well, I think he may have a piece of this. He's got a piece of it. This will be a safety shot trying to guide the 7 over to his right side of the table and place the cue ball on the end rail behind the 9. Yeah, that's well done. And that's that touch you were talking about opposite-handed that is just hard. Every time you see it, you're just impressed, because me opposite-handed, forget about it.
Yeah, it's an incredible shot. And we've got the Philippines in all kinds here. Now, surely, is this just a hit and hope, Jeremy?
Yeah, why doesn't he kick the other way, Carl? I mean, you send towards the 9 where you may get a little bit more traffic involved. And I think it was an easier hit going the other way, long rail. And you might make it and then, you know, try and play safe on the 8 or maybe make some type of bank shot.
So that wonderful safety shot from John Morra has give Canada a great chance in this round.
You better hope the speed's nice here. You better hope this falls below the 8. I think it's gonna. Straight in right there. May have been a little difficult.
Needs this cue ball to slow down, so it's not perfect. I'm not saying it's ultra difficult, but it's just made it a little tricky, hasn't it?
Too much. DeLuna missed that safety, but he didn't hit it horribly. It was just a really, really nice shot by John Moore to get the full eclipse on the 7.
There you see Alex and John just discussing the positional shot onto the 9. Maybe Alex feels like he could have played it a little bit different, but
yeah, he could have just rolled the 8 in and stayed on that same side of the table and just kept it kind of simple. Pretty standard 9-ball shot. You shoot a lot from above, a little bit of a cut. So just trying to clean up a little bit of decision making in between games. It's Canada's break, and what a huge opportunity early in this match to maybe go up 3-0.
No, sir. Rack number 3. Current score is 2-0 in favor of Canada. Canada is breaking.
one ball disappears in left centre, so it seems Canada have got the breakdown at the moment. But I do believe we'll be playing safe. I mean, you could cut this ball in, but it doesn't look like there's any real value, so.
And he's over the 9 a little bit. So do you bank this up and try and run the cue ball into the 7, trying to use the 5 as a snooker? Just because you're a little elevated and you don't want to spin it, maybe.
Yeah, and I think he's trying to get the 2 ball to miss the 6. So watch the 2 ball go in between. Kind of. Well, he's played it a little bit softer, so that's fine.
Yeah, as long as you get the 2 past the side to where the jump isn't very, very available for the Team Philippines. Now he's going at the jump. He's looking at it immediately, but there's not really much of a pocket, or if there is an offensive shot with the 2, it's pretty low percentage.
Just want to take a moment to tell all our viewers.
Extension, please.
On our Facebook page, the World Cup of Pool, you can tune in and keep up to date with what's going on and take a look at some of our videos that we're doing, me and Nick Teal, on Off the Rail. We try and get as much content out there as we can. So he's hit the jump shot full, and he's played this, Jeremy. This is a wonderful effort. He's going to be unlucky if he's left the potting angle here.
And if it was left-handed John Morra, we may see the jump cue, but definitely Alex, he can't reach that. So he's looking at now using the bridge to jump this ball. We saw that. Who was that made the double bridge?
Petrone.
Who's that?
Fabio Petrone.
Oh, yeah, Fabio. I should have known that.
Yeah, shot of the tournament so far.
Yeah, really.
As well. Maybe he's going to play this like bit of a dart. Oh, no, there you go. Here we see.
Now, the one thing he could do here, instead of trying to make it, he could shoot the 2 and bank it around. And that's a little safer play rather than trying to make. Oh, my.
Foul. Illegal
I think
contact.
he needs to go and move to Italy for a few months and get some coaching off Fabio.
Start
And
the
it
clock,
sounded
please.
like it slid off the tip. There wasn't solid contact, and it just cue ball slid right off the tip. So pretty clever here with ball in hand. Philippines are going to play a 2-7 combination, I believe, anyways. Yeah, and the only reason they did that is to open up the 5 for later in the rack. You'll notice the 4 are way down table, so it would have been pretty difficult to get short side position on the 5. Normally you wouldn't shoot too many combinations with ball in hand unless it's a game winner. Oh, that's gone a little fast too. He's got to hope that slows down a bit. If it gets a little on the wrong side, could make things difficult.
Yeah, just held up in time, so Biado can just play a little soft shot here, and doesn't need to go crazy with the cue ball here. Just make sure you put you through.